Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or you're coming back. This is a message for all zodiac signs, for the collective, and then special messages for each individual zodiac sign during the time of eclipses. We are in the midst of an eclipse season, as it is called, because all eclipses come in pairs. There's always a lunar and a solar eclipse that are 2 weeks away from each other. And we just had a lunar eclipse on March 25th. We will have a solar eclipse on April 8th, and that's the one that usually would hear people talk about. So as we are in the middle of the season, I decided to do this special reading to get us all some extra guidance, some extra messages of what this eclipse season brings in. As this is one of the most important events, most important astronomical transits in the year that are meaningful, that are bringing big changes to us. This time they're in the signs of Libra and Aries, respectively. So this, of course, means that if you have strong Libra, strong Aries in your chart, if the degrees coincide of where the eclipses are happening, this is gonna hit you a lot more powerfully. But even if that's not the case, or you don't know, it doesn't matter, because eclipse is also always connected with the nodes of the with nodes of the Earth, and like if you do a little bit of study, you will see what I mean, right? Because the eclipses actually happen when there are certain motions connected to the nodes, and that's how we get that effect when either moon covers the sun for us, or the sun covers the moon, either or the sun is on the other side, so like we can't see the moon. That's the more correct way to say it. Essentially, the sun doesn't shine on the moon as much. That's what we saw on the 25th, because the earth becomes in the way. So those things happen. They don't happen very often, but also happen at those nodes. And the north and south node are connected with our meaning and purpose of this specific lifetime. The south node has to do with something that was our purpose, or something that we achieved in one of the previous lifetimes. This is now one of our baselines, something that comes to us easily, something that we know very well and we can build on. But we're not supposed to stay in that area, because it's very easy to fall into doing what comes easy, what is essentially your second nature, right? That's what a lot of people do, unfortunately. It's an instinct, right? But it's actually a baseline. It's like a ground that you can use in order to expand and to go for the north node. That is always the opposite. That's the whole point. It's not intuitive at all, but it's something that we are here to do. So you can do your own research. I also do, I have a few videos on my website and on my channel about North Node and what each of those North Nodes mean, depending on what it is for you. So you can find those webinars. I do a lot in personal astrology on a personal level. So if you're interested in what your chart is reading, what does it mean, you can reach out to me for personal consultation. But in this reading, I'm gonna pull a few cards first for the collective to see what are we leaving behind with this eclipse season, what are we bringing in, what are the new beginnings. And of course, I'll get us some guidance with an oracle deck. This is the Cosmic Journey Oracle, and I felt it was very appropriate for the intention of the reading. And then I'll go through every sign, starting with Aries, since we're in Aries season, and the upcoming solar eclipses in Aries as well. So we'll start with Aries, and we'll go around each zodiac sign. I'll have timestamps so you can easily navigate between your sign, but I still recommend watching Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, and North Node, by the way. Sun and Moon is quite naturally, at least because the eclipses are the solar and the lunar eclipse, respectively. ascendant because it's actually having a lot more guiding power to our lives than people are led to believe a lot of times. And then of course the North Node, because as I already said, the eclipses are directly connected to what are the transiting North and South Node, i.e. right now the North Node is in Aries and the South Node is in Libra. And it's gonna stay like that till the end of this year. So you might as well use this time to get a better glimpse of what it means for you in your situation specifically. And yes, this last leap of the eclipse season also coincides with Mercury retrograde, which makes it even more interesting and at times puzzling. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into the reading. I apologize for my voice, I'm still fighting a cold. So yeah, that we are where we are. And of course, subscribe to my channel. I do monthly horoscopes for each zodiac sign. I am gonna start publishing April horoscopes very soon. So if you want to follow what else I'm up to, I'm about to launch a TV show on mindfulness. It's starting off on April 5th. So subscribe not to miss any of the updates. You can also subscribe to my newsletter on my website, mindfulbamboo.com. And that's even a better and easier way actually to keep up with all the news, everything that's going on. Okay, so let's start with Oracle deck. I think that was all. Yeah, and of course, appreciate your likes, comments, shares, anything and everything that you find appropriate. So we have, this is the collective that I'm doing right now, and then I'll go to the signs. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Wow, this is so powerful. So this is like the essence of ascension to a new phase, and eclipses are reminding us about that. And that's actually why I posed the questions the way I did, because there's definitely going to be something that we are leaving behind. And it may seem to you, and that's the point of the card, it may seem to you to a certain extent that that's who you are, like that's the core of you. But a lot of times we need to release what we become comfortable with, what we feel like is our own, like we have that ownership of it, in order to get to something bigger and better. And yes, our brain is going to be really advising us against it, to put it mildly. So use your discretion, listen to your intuition, and be brave with these things. And now the message is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So definitely you're gonna be, and that's the Aries and North Node speaking, because Aries is me, myself, and I. And basically Aries North Node says that in order to find the mission and purpose for humanity that you have in this life to help this world, you need to start with your own needs, with fulfilling your own gaps, nurturing needs, attention needs, loving needs, all of those things, right? And seeing where the lack is and seeing where the patterns or the triggers are. And that's exactly how you're going to be able to help the world, literally and figuratively. Literally, because that's when you can be at your best, at your fullest, right? When your cup is full. But also because that knowledge that you're learning while you're doing it is exactly going to be your specialty that will help you understand what is it that your mission is here, and then also how to deliver it, how to make it happen. And then at the bottom of the deck here we have number 4. Ask wonderfully, receive graciously. Yeah, so do not feel like we seem to have in spiritual community especially, we seem to have usually the extremes of how people see the fate, life, timelines, everything, right? Either we believe like we own it all, we have full responsibility and accountability and freedom, or we feel like it's like everything is destined and it's either supposed to happen or not, and there's nothing really that you can do about it. Well, it's not quite the case. I would say like neither of those is, or at some point in time we kind of like go into one or the other, where we guide our path or we're being guided by the divine. So I guess both of them are true in a way as well. But what this card reminds us is actually it is important to speak to what it is that we want and need. And again, this has a connection with Aries, has a connection with Mercury retrograde. There's so much. That was the North Node. A lot to unpack, but I don't want to go too deep. I already spent 10 minutes on this, and I definitely want to go into some depths for each side. So I'm just gonna spread out the oracle cards so I can pull messages for individual signs. But before I go into that, I will definitely get out 6 cards to see what are we leaving behind and what are we bringing in. What is the universe bringing to us? Okay, bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups. Spiritual connection, finding soulmate. Soulmate doesn't have to be a romantic partner, by the way, but essentially what I'm hearing about this is when you do get in touch with your own wants and needs, your Aries self, then it will immediately, like, the more you first of all get to know who this person is, and also you fill up the cup, then it will naturally draw in the soulmate or soulmates into your life that will match that will respond to what those needs are on your side. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of times when we look for somebody, we feel like it's that external search where, I don't know, you're supposed to create a dating profile or I don't know, start a community to find friends, which still like are solid ideas, right? But the more important part is this connection within, to understand what is it that you want and who are those people that you're looking for, that person, that significant other. So what are we leaving behind? We have Ace of Wands, 8 of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. So this is like, oof, stop making promises and start actually doing stuff, right? Like, stop planning. Stop saving money for when I'm ready, right? Like, planning for the future, like, one day I'm gonna do this, right? Stop planning for the kind of like, yeah, once upon a time it will happen to me. It will all happen to me. But the more you speak about it in the future tense, the more you delay in that moment or pushing it away from you, because it remains in the future, if it makes sense. So believe in it, that it's happening to you right now, or for you rather. That's an important part. Thank you for correcting me, right? And take action towards it, towards what you want, not what other people advise you to do. What are we bringing in? 8 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Yeah, so we're walking away from following someone else's lead, and essentially we're bringing in our own personality, bringing it out to shine, right? And that brings in love, abundance, balance, more importantly, health and wellness, all of those things. When we stop trying to fit ourselves into a box that other people have created for us, right? So I know this is still sounding like something that we're walking away from, but I mean, those are the cards, really, right? But what we're bringing in is this new sense of authenticity, where it doesn't depend on what's in the trend, what are other people doing. It's really who we are. It's really what's important to us, even if it looks tacky or sounds corny to some people. Okay, that was a message for everyone. And now I've done a little bit of a shuffle, so I'm gonna go sign by sign. I'll pull one card from the oracle deck, and then this will be extra messages from Spirit for each individual sign. All right, so Aries, you have number 6, bloom where you're planted. Yeah, so you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So if you feel like you're fighting somebody else's battles, that's not really the case. Trust the process. Know that whatever is happening to you is not a distraction, it's not an accident. It really is supposed to be in your life. What do we have for Aries? Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Nine of Cups. So you've been working very hard on achieving your goals, on becoming who you want to become. And again, we're getting this card that I was just talking about. And in essence, you're supposed to be yourself before you exhaust yourself doing the extra hours. Advertising your skills. And like I mentioned, dating side, maybe advertising yourself on a dating profile, on your dating profile, right? And wanting to look your best self, right? Like this is not about working hard, it's about working smart, yes. And by working in this case, a lot of times we're meant to believe that we're supposed to do, to act, to achieve. But a lot of times it's also about being, it's about understanding, it's about being in harmony with who you are, and that's your task. And yes, for Aries, this is an especially auspicious moment in time, but please, please, please do not feel like you still need to achieve certain targets, certain stats, certain positions to be valued or to be happy. That's almost the opposite of what you're being asked to do right now. Okay, let's go to Taurus. We have card number 36. You contain the entire universe encoded within you. And that brings me back to that part where you're supposed to fill your own cup. You want to make the world a better place, start with yourself. Somebody needed to hear that. That's a beautiful message. I'm actually taking it in for myself because I'm Taurus sun as well. Okay, we got Justice, the Star, and Eight of Cups. Wow, two major arcanas here. So some kind of karmic cycle is closing and it's bringing a lot of healing. It's also showing you what wasn't yours in the first place. Like you may feel like you lost your chance with something or someone or something that rejected you in a way, right? But it's actually, so I'm getting this kind of like reversal energy. So it may feel like they said no to you, but actually you said no to them even before that, and you will see that deep down you knew that it wasn't gonna work out, and you know exactly why, and you're gonna see it now, right? And moreover, not only is that gonna help you with closure here with an old story, but it will show you what is for you or who is for you, right? How to get to that person or recognize them from people that are already around you or opportunities that are already around you. Doesn't have to be a person. Okay, that was Taurus. For Gemini, we have number 20. Out of the mess comes elegant order. That's a brilliant interpretation of eclipse energy. Eclipse may seem or feel like a mess, like chaos, like a tower moment, like a storm, any of the above. But essentially that energy brings in new order, new way of living, new mindset, you know, that's supposed to be to you for your good. Let's see what we have with tarot here for Gemini. Okay, we have Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands, Three of Swords. So please take a very honest look at where you've been overprotective of yourself or something that or someone that you value, because of the pain and heartache that you've experienced before. It's very important to stop guarding it too much, or being afraid to let it go or to lose it, like being too careful. But that's how the energies are read. That's how the universe reads that energy, that you are guarding it too hard, right? Like this, there's like this wall, and you've barricaded yourself and that person or that something away from the world to keep both of you safe, if that makes sense, right? So you're supposed to see that that's not a healthy way to do it. It's not a healthy way to deal with your heartbreak. And that's the most important part here. What you're being given, the situation, the opportunities are there to help you, and that storm, that mess, are there to help you figure things out, find yourself, find what is true to you, what is loving, what is something you want to bring, you want to keep, right? And you're supposed to learn from the heartbreak situation as well. And if you keep separating yourself from the outside world so that doesn't happen again, you're gonna miss a very important lesson here. Okay, Gemini, that was you, and now we move to Cancer. You have card number 8, coming soon. Welcome to the next ascending age. Wow, that's pretty literal, right? You have the next ascending age coming up. And I know it may seem a little cheesy as a message, like that's the whole point of the eclipse, right? Right. But it means so much, and you may not realize as I'm saying this message what it would actually mean in your life, in real life. But it can mean, you know, huge changes. Like essentially starting a new life altogether. Or it may seem like that. You have 8 of Pentacles, Death. I was just talking about it, yes. Knight of Pentacles, thank you. This is death and rebirth, you know? Starting completely new life where there is no rush, where there is no need to work hard, to do your best, to always try to prove yourself, right? You can enjoy the moment, you can appreciate the journey, the process, and you find appreciation and value in little things, or even if things come in slowly, right? Like this new attitude of experiencing life as it comes in, right? That's the new ascended energy. And if you're not there yet, then that's the message for you, to stop grinding at it, stop making things happen, and try to enjoy the process. Because with this major arcana, the divine intervention is happening, it's being brought to you. You don't really need to do much here, apart from being open-minded and working with the energies that come to you. Okay, that was Cancer. Let's move on to Leo. For Leo, we have number 44. Your words create worlds. I've seen this so much lately. I'm not even kidding. It's been a message for quite a while. I would say it will get reinstated with Mercury retrograde. It starts on April 1st, for sure, because it's all about communication. It's about how we speak, what we even think of our life, of ourselves. All that is creating our reality. So be very, very mindful of that, Leo. You have Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, and 2 of Swords. Yeah, again, this is communication, the sword energy, right? You have this beautiful beginning in the physical possible with someone, or maybe it's a new job, maybe a new hobby that you've been wanting to start, and it has the potential to realize, to be implemented in real life, to happen for you. Maybe you wanted to go to the next level with your partner, right? Whatever it is, it's important. But what's standing in the way is almost it's you standing in your own way, overthinking and trying to avoid the unhappy scenario, let's put it that way, where somebody will be let down, or you'll be lied to, or you won't make the right choice between several options, right? And while you're overthinking, this choice is kind of like floating in the air, but it's slowly kind of like going away, right? So don't waste too much effort and time on overthinking. Also, don't try to downplay it or pretend like you're not interested. You know, like if it were a person, for example, like pretending hard to get, right? Because that's not, again, the energies will read in a way that you're not interested. So this opportunity or this person will float away, right? You're essentially, you'll be saying, I'm not interested, I'm not there, don't want this, right? So it will go away to somewhere or someone who wants it for real, right? So be careful how you speak of these things and even how you think about them. Right, that was Leo, and we move on to Virgo. For Virgo, the card is number 22. Say yes to your open door. Beautiful message, love it. So the doors will open. Again, to me, it immediately means that it's not like you'll need to reinvent the wheel, right? You don't need to work too hard for things to change for the better for you. But you'll definitely need to be able to walk through the door when it opens. And yes, time is going to be of the essence. The portal is not going to be open for too long, so be careful with how you spend time. Ace of Wands in reverse, 8 of Cups, 4 of Wands, beautiful. So you're walking away from some sort of power struggle, some sort of somebody trying to impose their will on you and get you to do what they want to do. And this, again, this could be personal, professional relationship, could be friends and family. Take it how it resonates for you, but it's essential that you walk away from that environment, from that energy, where you feel like, whether it's them literally telling you what to do, maybe even blackmailing you for some, wow. Or was it you just feeling obligated for one or another reason? Whatever it is, it's unhealthy, it will be a block, you're supposed to leave it behind. And then, surprise, surprise, what comes in is a beautiful union, beautiful commitment. If this is a work situation, that there is a new job waiting out there for you, waiting to happen. But while you think that this is okay and you just keep working within the cycle, then this, again, is gonna float away. It's not gonna happen. It's waiting to come in, but you need to clear the space and you need to remove this unhealthy energy. And it can be, of course, a love relationship or a next level commitment. For a few of you, I'm getting that it's actually the commitment was the same person, but right now there is an unhealthy dynamic that needs to change. So don't be afraid to talk about it and to take action. That was Virgo. Now we move to Libra. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. Beautiful. So don't judge the situation too soon, or the downloads you're getting, whatever communication comes in, and see how you can approach it in a more healed way, in a more kind and loving way. Let's put it that way. Even if you're not ready to heal it immediately, if it's still shocking or enraging or whatever it is, the emotion that it's causing you to kind of to have a foggy, muddier look at things, right? See how you can do better with it. Maybe you need to sleep on it. Maybe you need to talk to someone else and see another perspective from an independent third party for some. Or maybe just show more empathy from your side, and that will do the magic. I have 10 of Cups, but it's kind of twisted upside down, so I'm going to take it that way. Then we have Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. Yeah, so there's a lot of desire for happiness. Desire to, the Swords and the Wands are masculine energies of communication and taking action. But if you notice in this particular deck, the Knight of Wands is not actually, it's not taking action. It's kind of opposing. It's kind of a picture perfect situation, right? So see where, like, before rushing towards something, understand what is it that you want more clearly, right? And yeah, what I'm getting here is do not go for the external validation or external achievement. Focus on the internal achievement first, on understanding why you want that something, whatever it is, right? Let's say you want, I don't know, you want a raise at your work, right? Understand, don't just go with it in a dry, analytical way. It's not gonna get you there right now. Understand, since this is what you want, the emotional fulfillment, understand how is that gonna be connected with emotional fulfillment for you. What is it gonna do? What are you gonna do with that money? It's probably something you want to do with it, spend on something, buy something that you feel like will make you happy. So think around that area. Are there any alternatives, or whatever you're manifesting, you're supposed to be manifesting not necessarily a new job or a raise, but that's something that's gonna make you happy. And there's a good chance that the universe is gonna bring it to you in a different way, not through a raise, but something that will be of the highest good to everyone involved. All right, that was Libra. Now let's go for Scorpio. You have card number 1, 3, 2, 1, jump. You're being launched into the universe, to a completely different space. To me, it immediately speaks of like the longer distance, higher speed. So you're gonna take a leap, like literally it's gonna be a big change from here and over there overnight. Pretty dramatic and intense, but not like you, Scorpio, aren't used to it being a Scorpio. All right, we have 6 of Cups, beautiful. The Sun and 2 of Wands, wow. So 6 of Cups, definitely some sort of soul connection either is coming in. It could be new, or it could be somebody you've known for a very long time, actually, right? Maybe a reunion with someone for some of you, like meeting an old friend, maybe even a family member, because soulmates could be family as well, right? But whatever it is, this person reminds you about how beautiful you are. And again, I'm like, with this card, I'm always in this deck, I'm always brought back to authenticity and not wanting to look different or to seem to be better than you are. Like it even sounds silly when I say it, but you know that a lot of people go for that, right? Trying to create the look, the image, trying to please people, whatever it is, whatever that pattern is. The soulmate will help you see, whichever way they show up, they will help you see how beautiful you are, the way you are, and you shine the brightest by being authentic, by being self. And that's all the tools you need, that's all the technique you need, and the looks that you need in order to present yourself in that new space that you're being launched into. The Sun is the happiest card in your deck, so congratulations on that, Scorpio. And remember to be you. Sagittarius, you have number 30. Trust and act accordingly. Let's see what we have for Sagittarius. Strengths, Leo energy, another fire sign. 3 of Wands and 4 of Cups. Yeah, so you'll need to kind of face the adversity at this time, right? You'll need to see one or more situations where you feel like you've done something wrong in the past. Like you had an opportunity and you haven't used it. Maybe you kept waiting on something and you were supposed to take action. Or maybe you just decided that it's not for you for one or another reason. And now you understand that it was a good time and you had what it takes, right? So again, there's like that sadness of a missed opportunity. And right now, it seems even harder to break that cycle. And even though on the one hand you see that like this is exactly what you want and you want to go for it again. On the other side, you understand that because of that past failure, the fact that it was missed, it's harder to motivate yourself to get into that energy, to create that kind of situation again or better, and to act on it, right? Because there is certain guilt and shame behind it, and that's what you should be working with. Sagittarius, and yes, this is your fellow fire sign energy. So your natural enthusiasm and also this bravery, this courage is definitely going to help you work through your patterns, and you're definitely getting another chance at whatever or whoever that is. So just make sure you're ready this time. I mean it. Okay, let's go to Capricorn. Number 10. Deliver your greatest gift to the world. Beautiful, love it. That's the North Node, right? Deliver your gift. That's the big part of it, that you've been working on it for a while. Now it's time to deliver big. And Capricorns are very industrious and diligent, so I'm not surprised that you've been doing your homework, you've been doing your research, you've turned in your term paper. You have the Creatrix, beautiful. This is the Magician card in this deck, and also the King of Wands and the Five of Swords. Yeah, so you have all the ability to act on using your gifts and skills to create the reality that you want. If you feel like you need a partner, the partner will show up, and it will be somebody who knows their trade, who are established in that field that you're trying to pursue, and that will help you there. If you're trying to create a new reality in terms of a relationship with a significant other, to create a family, then this person is someone who will help you take steps in that area, right? So that's also a possibility. The important part is not to live in the old energy with this, not to be creating your reality using old information. I'm hearing old lies for some reason. I keep avoiding saying that, but I just keep getting that message. Avoid the old lies that you've been told or society has taught you, right? This is your world. It's for you to create. So make sure you do your homework and you do it well, not in terms of what's in trend, but in terms of what your needs and wants are. That's what Aries is asking you to do, an eclipse in Aries. Okay, that was Capricorn. Now let's see what we have for Aquarius. Number 23. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. Think big picture, which Aquarius is actually very good at doing anyway, naturally. But that's the point. Don't think small. Don't pay too much attention to little details. Be able to zoom out and see what it means in the bigger scheme of things. Like maybe that specific event, like minor event, it was a catalyst for you to turn your way onto something new or go a different way than what you were supposed to. And that's the point. Not in the event itself, but just give you a little nudge so that you change the direction. 2 of Wands, the Star, which is your card, and 3 of Wands. Moving from 2 of Wands to 3 of Wands, Aquarius, right? By using your energy, by following your Northern Star, right? It's like moving from making a choice of what you want, where you want to go, to actually setting intentions. And as you know, the difference is intention actually means specific actions, talking specifics, right? Like, I don't know, I want to lose 10 pounds, so my intention would be to get consultancy from nutritionist so I can change my diet, my habits, right? Or next week I have an appointment with a personal instructor at the gym, and I have certain goals, so I'm going to talk through them because I haven't been able to do it myself, right? And whatever comes in that way, like you have that session and then you realize that you need to continue having sessions because you need to be able to track your progress, to also have somebody help you with accountability, and to understand what is the next step when you've reached the intermediate goal. What's next, right? So it's like it will keep coming up. You don't need to know all the 50 steps ahead of time. One foot in front of the other, but always keeping the bigger picture in mind. And last but not least, we have Pisces. Number 24. Synchronicity is a love letter from the universe across time and space. You'll be getting synchronicities at this time to give you additional hints, clues, to guide you, to support you, to show you love from the universe, if anything. So pay attention. Whatever signs you recognize, I was going to say sign language, but it sounded like an actual sign language. You know, whichever language you understand in terms of signs, pay attention to it now. You have Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, been getting that for a while, and Seven of Wands in this readings today. Oof. Yeah, so definitely see a new mindset, a new way of, it's like working on yourself. You'll have an opportunity to work on yourself in a specific context. Like maybe you'll move in with your partner and you'll work on yourself in terms of how you are out and about the house, like your daily habits, maybe how tidy you are or you aren't, how you're gonna divvy up the chores with your person, things like that. Or you get a new job, obviously you have a new set of colleagues, maybe new types of responsibilities, and you'll immediately see like a very big arrow to what it is that you should be working on, that you have an opportunity to work on. And it's a love letter from the universe, so it's not a punishment, it's not a challenge, it's a divine assignment, but it's supposed to be fun and good. I'm not saying necessarily easy, but it should be something you enjoy. So find it, focus on that, and while you're still keeping your boundaries and preserving your space, allow for that open mind to come in and for doing things differently. You know, they call it DSD, do something different. And that's going to be the easiest way to expand and to get the results that you want. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, for this reading. I hope it was useful to you, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for monthly horoscopes, to share this video, and of course to leave likes, to leave comments. It will help me circulate it with more people who will need these messages. I love you all. Take care. Bye.